What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Heroclix video. We are on the chases portion of the Empyre review. We're almost done. There's one more to go, but this is probably going to be the best one because this, of course, the chases are usually the best figures. So I have 5 figures here that I think are worth looking at. Will have an impact in modern and bronze competitive play. So let's just get right to it. The first one we have is Thor, number 62. Herald Thor. We're going to look at him at the 200 point and the 100 point dial. In modern, he's probably not going to be as good as in bronze because there are a lot more ways to abuse his traits and powers in bronze. But let's just take a look at what he has here. He has targeting, hindering, and adjacent. So that means he can basically ignore stealth, and he can shoot while he's based. Thor, when he clears 2 action tokens, give him a power cosmic token. That's not always going to be the best route, but that is something that you can use to abuse his powers later. Because with cosmic energy, and you roll those, you roll the willpower, sometimes you might not even get to clear 2 action tokens. Anyway, he has Herald of Thunder, charge, running shot, sidestep. That's superb. On the 200 point dial, that's what you see here. That's what's going to be used, or that's one of the main reasons why you're going to play him at 200 points, because you have that on the first click. Otherwise, the 100 point dial, where he only has 4 clicks, but he has charge, that's okay as well, because you're saving 100 points. And then he has an attack power on every click except for the last. Power Cosmic, bleeding through Enchanted Uru. Thor has an additional target for each Power Cosmic token he has. When Thor hits 3 or more characters, instead of normal damage, each hit target is dealt damage equal to his printed damage value. That's where we're going to be focusing all the abuse, because he has 5 and 4 damage throughout, and it's exploit, which means it's penetrating if he's up close. So we're basically going to be looking at bronze, because they have he's an Asgardian keyword, so you can also play a theme team with Split Lip, who can also help him pick up the relics. And there are 2 or 3 relics that we're going to look at. The first one is Doc Ock arms, the Dr. Octopus arms, the relic from the Amazing Spider-Man. He has 3 bolts, minimum range 4, and he can use Perplex twice, but only on himself. That's amazing. If we're looking at him at the 200 point dial, he'll have 9 range, 3 bolts, and he'll have Perplex. So he can either Perplex his range up 1, or he can Perplex his attack up to even higher to a 13. But because he has 3 bolts, and he can target 3 different people with that sidestep running shot, he'll be doing 5 damage to each character. That's, something that you can really only get in bronze. And the other one you can look at is if you give him Electroblast Ring. Electroblast Ring gives him +1 range, +1 damage, and +1 bolt. So he'll have 2 bolts, and he has an extra range, extra damage. He'll be doing 6. Of course, the printed part, that's going to come into play. And that's going to offset the Electroblast part where it's a +1 damage. However, it's a relic, so you can pick that up. And then you can also give him an equipment, because that's different than a relic. So if you give him, for example, a Reality Gem, so if he free actions picks up the Electroblast Ring with Split Lip there, and he picks up the Reality Gem will give him Perplex and an extra bolt. Now he has 3 bolts with 10 range and Perplex. There we go. Now we're doing his thing again. Furthermore, you can give him Stormbreaker at the 200 point dial, because Stormbreaker gives him +2 range, Quake, and Energy Explosion. So the 200 point dial, if you just give him Stormbreaker, he'll have an 11 range, and when he running shots, and he Energy Explosions person, and then, with his, if there's 2 people around, he's going to be doing 5 damage to all of them. Also, if he uses the charge part of his power and he can quake, same thing. If he quakes multiple people, bam, he's now doing 5 damage to everybody. Of course, there are multiple ways to get around by splitting them up. But if, for example, they are like a taxi team, or if you can somehow give him giant reach, let's say with the red lantern ring with the Stormbreaker, now he can charge quake with the giant reach of 2, and now he's doing 5 damage to a whole bunch of people. Also, if you're gonna look at him, also if you did that on the 100-point dial, you could give him that as well. You can give him the enchanted ball and chain if you want, because that gives him quake as well, so he can charge quake and then he could do that way at the 100-point. But if you can give him a penetrating range attack at the 200-point dial, then he's going to be doing 5 damage penetrating. We're looking at something like the incandescence. So when he does energy explosion, it's penetrating, and he'll be doing 5 damage to everybody if he hits multiple people or 3 people or more. And of course, he also has a stop click toughness, so it is going to take him a couple times to get hit. And yeah, that's Thor. I think he has more use. Of course, he could just die real quick, but at 100 points, he's not that much, and if you can get that attack off, he could be good, right? All right, I know that went a little bit long there, but the next one is Demon in Armor, in the chase number 64, 4 clicks, armor like various scientists, just good numbers all the way around. And the trait, I am Victor Von Doom and Dr. Doom is an honorable man. When a friendly character within range is attacked, the attacker cannot positively modify or replace their attack value. That's the main reason why we're playing this guy. This is basically a slightly better version than Sheriff Steve Rogers. I think they're pretty close. They're 50 points. Steve Rogers is 5 clicks. He does have 3 damage. However, Demon in Armor has Defend, Invuln, and Demon in Armor can reduce penetrating damage. Higher defense means harder to hit, and with that trait, they're minimum going to be 11 and 18, and if you can somehow get your boosts up, they can get like reflexes or deflection. They got to try to hit 20s. He's got sidestep, TK, he flies, and he has outwit. And on the back end, he has prob. Just a solid support piece for the defense shell teams that you're going to try to play in Modern. And in Bronze, man, the world is your oyster there, because there are a lot of ways to abuse this guy. Sheriff Steve was the main type of enabler, but now Demon in Armor might be a better version, because he also flies, so he can carry people. All right, the next one we have Thanos, number 65. This one is a little bit, it's a fringe piece, but I think there are ways to abuse this guy. He has 5 clicks, Avengers Cosmic Energy, bunch of keywords, Avengers, Black Order, Brute, Cosmic, Illuminati, Infinity Watch, Minions of Thanos. He's got a trait, allow me to carry on your friend's legacy. When a friendly character of 50 points or more, 50 or more points with the Avengers keyword is KO'd, give Thanos a control token. That's a key, it's a key thing that we need to really try to get, because that control token is huge. Now he has a foot power on all of his clicks. You challenge me to a contest of death. Charge running shot. Okay, already good. If Thanos has a control token, once per turn when Thanos attacks after resolutions, another friendly character within 4 squares with the Avengers keyword may make an attack. So if he charges, hit somebody, running shots hit somebody, and then there's somebody within 4, and he has a control token, they can also attack. So it's, kind of like a free attack. And if that, I'm not sure how this could work later on, but if they have a follow-up, I guess you could easily do that, because, if there's somebody with a follow-up attack trait, they'd do a follow-up, and then they can just regular attack from his power. That's 3 attacks for 1 action. And then, that's quite a bit, right? Now, and to note, he also has Pen Blast, so if he's a running shot, 7 range, Pen Blast, 11 attack, solid. And he has Avengers symbol, leadership, probability control. That's also why we're looking at this guy. He is prob, his whole dial. If Thanos has a control token, when he uses leadership, friendly characters with the Avengers keyword modify the following combat values based on his leadership role. It's your next turn. 2 and 3, +1 attack. 4 and 5, +1 damage. 6, +1 attack and damage. So as long as you don't roll a 1, you're getting something amazing. Attack, damage, or attack and damage. And it's not just one person or anyone within X amount of squares. It's your whole team with the Avengers keyword. So in bronze, if you even have giant girls that are in the back and they retail, they're going to get +1 attack, +1 damage, or +1 attack and damage. Also, he has cosmic energy, so it's harder to outwit him. However, he's only 5 clicks with, for 100 points. He could just get Sky Tyranted, right? And we also need to find a way to KO a 50-point Avengers quickly. Because it's not going to work if somebody's 25, 30, 10 points. And in this day and age where there's characters that are under 50 points now, this trait is going to be harder to trigger because 50 points is actually quite a bit, right? However, if you're able to get that off, man, that control token's nasty. But I figure, unless you can protect him, they're just going to try to kill this guy quicker. Or they're going to go after this guy first, kill him quickly, and then it's over. But he does have some uses if you can get that trait if you can get that control token. Okay, now we have the big baddie from the set, Venom Magneto, the one that everybody has been chasing. Oh, sorry about that. Number 69. He's Brotherhood of Mutants X-Men team abilities, and he has the Acolytes, Brother Mutants, Codex, Hellfire Club, Monster, Ruler, X-Men. Great keywords all around, modern and bronze. Symbiotic Fusion, Plasticity, Super Senses. If Venom Magneto is within 4 squares, the line of fire of an opposing character, he can't be targeted by ranged attacks. That's another solid trait. Symbiotic Magnetic Field. ESD, Passenger 4. That's huge. And then Symbiotic Magnetic Mastery, Telekinesis. Telekinesis is free. That's another one. And then the last one, Symbiotic Supremacy, Leadership. When Venom Magneto uses it and succeeds, you may instead remove an action token from another friendly character with the monster keyword within range and line of fire, and give an action to an opposing character adjacent to that character. So you really want to play him on monster teams. You want to get that off. So we're looking at him at 135 points. Because at 35 points, he's going to be strictly a support piece. Double TK, a taxi with leadership. 2 clicks, not that big of an investment. It would be nice if it was only 25 points, but, we can't have everything. And at the 100-point dial, it's pretty efficient, right? He's going to have 7 clicks. He's got reducers all the way. He's got ESD as a trait. He's going to have 12 attack, 4 damage with a running shot. He's 8 range double bolt, so he can be a main attacker as well. One of the things he can do, he can free TK himself. 6 squares, he can run a shot 6 and shoot 8. That's 20 squares. So he can, with that 4 damage, 2 bolts, if you give him any kind of penetrating or enhancement, he can do a lot of damage. And then, if he's going to be within 4, they can't shoot him. And he also has super senses to boot. He is a Hellfire Club and X-Men. So he is a guy you can play on team swap teams, which I think you'll see quite a bit. And of course, Monster and Ruler teams, they have this great taxi. Because even at 100, he could still carry 4 people. But if you're going to be really using him for that passenger effect, you want to maximize the passenger 4, you're probably going to be playing him at 35 points. So this guy is going to be played quite a bit. We're going to see him a lot. In bronze, there's even more because characters like Surtur and Groot and Carnage, they're all monsters, and he's a monster. So, also, Groot's a ruler, and Surtur's a ruler, so hello, Magneto. Okay, and the last one, I actually like this piece the more and more I look at it. Rikki Barnes, the Chase, number 72. She has improved movement elevated, improved targeting characters and adjacent, so she can shoot while she's adjacent, which is going to be relevant for her power. Girl Without a World, the first time Rikki Barnes would be KO'd, instead turn her to click 6 and then heal her a number of clicks equal to the number of different team abilities that all characters on the map can use. I don't see this going below 3 ever. You can even build your team to where you can have 4 or 5 characters, and then that's not counting your opponent's guys. So even if you're only healing 3, she's going to go back to click 3, and that's, you know, good stats, and they got to go through all that again. Or you might have 5 or 6 and then she just goes back to top click. That's one of the main reasons, because at 75 points for 6 clicks, it might be a little high if you compare to the other figures for the rate. However, with this better version of Living Legend, potentially, she can heal, you know, she can have like 10, 11 clicks, you know, shoot, even 12. And then, but the foot power is the other one. Power in any order: move, make a close attack, make a range attack. If she attacks, she uses her printed damage value. Essentially, she has full move charge, full move running shot. And it's not even either or. She just has full move charge and running shot. Because she can move 9, shoot 5, move 9, attack close. And she could do that both. It's a different version of Flurry. A little bit more versatile because she can hit close and she can hit far. She is a Fantastic Four past shield soldier. Great keywords. She could be on a Fantastic Four swap team. Past Doom team. Soldier, Spider Fens, 1776, whatever. And then she has her defense power, energy shield, deflection, toughness, adjacent friendly characters that are not on their starting click, modified events +1. That's not what you're going to be using her for, but that's kind of a bonus. ESD and toughness, so it's going to be harder to shoot her. She does have leadership, so she will give you that part, the leadership prerequisite I think you need for modern and bronze, obviously. So she fills that prerequisite. When she moves and makes a close attack, she can quake. You know, if you can give her any kind of penetrating attacks, you know, of course, this is another character that Power Gem would be amazing on because she can move, attack close, and then shoot. So, Rikki Barnes should definitely see some play. Very versatile, going to be tough to kill. So, I think in bronze there could be a lot more because there's also a bunch more type of shield people there. Okay, so that's the chase portion. I know it's a little bit longer than normal, but because I have a lot to say for these figures, because there's a lot of good stuff from these 5 figures for both bronze and modern. The next one will be the miniatures set, or the starter set, and the OP kit. So that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think, if I missed anything from these characters, or if there are other chases you think that can make it on here. Keep in mind, this is only for competitive high-level play, not your weekly theme team events. Okay, this is high-level competitive play. That's what I got. Comment, subscribe, like, please. Thanks, it really helps me out. We are over 1,000 subscribers now, so thank you for that. And we'll see you next time. All right, see you guys.